Hello truth seekers, and welcome back. The fact is that we go further under the gloss of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle than any other channel. There I am, your favorite host back on these screens, and do we have a juicier tale to spin than those never-ending Montecito summer heatwaves we're famous for? Breaking right now from the most reliable source on the inside, the Duchess of Deceit is reportedly white-hot with jealousy as word emerges that King Charles has awarded a blistering, blockbuster favor for Great Britain's young Prince George. And again, if you haven't done so already, please do me a solid and hit that subscribe button as well as the notifications bell. I'm promising, you don't miss out the explosive content we have planned for you. But it begs the question, what could drive such a lovely person to such seething anger and plate smashing? See above, from our very own Meghan. This. Good, you will see now. The monarch went even further to bestow upon the just-turned 10-year-old his rightful reign as a king, a gift he had not given any other royal or lay curiously formed sovereignty that came before him, the complete reprieve from generations of enforced military service prior to reaching their own throne engagement. In a way, that is remarkable in that it defies the very nostrils of the royal protocols and resounds like a braiding of plates across the landscape of emotions and opinions from palace to beyond royalty. Interestingly, Meghan has always been something of a fierce independent and rule-breaking body when it came to tradition. Needless to say, Meghan and Harry found that royal traditions and how things are normally done come with just as many challenges. This latest twist is just another chapter in their never-ending story. Let's unpack this unraveling drama to consider how military service factors into the royal family, question any potential reasons behind King Charles's choice, and speculate on future implications for the monarchy. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, in what is without question one of printing's most earth-shaking departures from the norm, the new king has reportedly decided that his prince, firstborn son of his own heir apparentness, shall not ever have to sully those soft and tender hands with all that blood and guts enlisted service stuff every last body else before him did. As a long-standing tradition to the royal family, serving in the military is viewed as an important rite of passage for future monarchs. And it's one that would absolutely have to be put on hold with any ultimatum like this. I mean, on Meghan's agenda. As a point of order, I'm glad this is still in session. Can we please discuss the look on her face when, like clockwork, she hears about the latest perceived slight from the firm? That tomato red color, that squint and that flare of the nostrils you asked about, they pretty much stand for her most intimate moments, no? Well, I can 100% after the cacophonous clatter of what was said to be broken crockery that rained down upon from above in the Marcoses' Montecito garden estate. Elsewhere you can almost hear the breaking earthenware as testament to what this news no doubt will have caused, frustration and indignation beyond a shadow of a doubt that is too. She, of course, is no longer a working royal, so why would Meghan have any say in whether Prince George were to be deterred from actively pursuing his own military career? Not a bad query, really, if you're a concerned citizen type in the peanut gallery. Then again, we all already knew that Harry's ambitious wife has her royal henpecked heart set on a grandeur vision of one day having those very same titles and corresponding privileges and reverentially regal public persona she, and he, oh yeah, thoughtlessly shanked aside in 2020 when the couple put physical air miles between themselves and all things UK, while noisily expressing their yen for privacy. But, of course, a little bit of the royal glamour and their influence still sparkled in their lives. It may be this, above all, perhaps, which makes the likely consideration of their offspring never enjoying those same privileges and titles as their royal cousins ultimately a mixture feelings and aspirations impossible to fully articulate. Of course, that could also easily pass for just another slight of new king to cut and run from Prince George military service. All of which is a subplot in the bigger soap opera that is the House of Windsor, one into which willy-nilly Meghan and Harry now find themselves helplessly sucked. All of which simply highlights the manner in which a monarchy can shift and evolve. It can retain its traditions but still reboot them, depending upon what's happening in the world around it, and how people feel about that world at any given time. The question now is what they do next, and how that will impact their overall pursuits in the end. Naturally, all of this means that her very own children are now effectively and permanently removed from the line of succession, thanks to the recent decree signed by Papa Windsor. Of course. Can one even conceive of an emasculating more low blow to the Harkle hubris agenda when King Charles does what he must and make new palatial precedents that further sideline loopy Archie and can never be a full-blooded HRH Lilibet, like ever coquette, with literal horse clippings loving face yours in perpetuity mere footnotes back 5 and 6 in line at best. What must be truly galling for Meghan, who had so craved UK Prince and Princess titles for her precious long-awaited UK Prince and Princess, is that the moment her kiddies came into the world their titles were stripped of intrinsic honor. That way, they end up as a decorative footnote in the margin of the ever-deprioritizing future of the crown. It is the final spectacular humiliation for someone who has been quite so wretchedly consumed by vanity and hubris of rank. Copyright Daily Telegraph, London. You know, the pretentious former cable actress is stewing in her own billowed cloud of jealousy, self-pity and impotent resentment over how trend-setting a decision this must be for Prince George. After all her relentless self-promotion of breaking barriers, inclusivity and ridding herself of the hidebound royal tradition, Charles was the only one deemed worthy to be exempted from such an outdated ceremony? Indeed, it is a sign that the rigid structures and attitudes which continue to govern royal life mean that all her efforts and inspiration, revolutionizing royalty as though its own Abs Duke of Windsor, could very well be wasted, with her children banished from a future in which they have less of a role every day. Not near that kind of wiggle room on Meg's mixed mutt grandbabies. Evidently, in the Duchess's warped little mind, and we do mean little, as in tiny teeny weeny, Prince George's previous military experience must have represented a deliberate slap in her face regarding that whole business of dragging the monarchy kicking and screaming up to date into an enlightened progressive institution. She looks at a monarch ready to shed its bogey of colonial regressions. Queen Meghan, the bold and beautiful thought leader at the helm of radical change to a modern palace structure that is kinder, softer, more, well, human. Oh, what sweet dreams she must have had about freeing an institution steeped in centuries-old tradition into advanced progressivism. Yet the king's grandfather has other plans, to allow such elements of an archaic, anti-democratic hereditary monarchy to linger on, for now at least. This clash of visions has the old guard on one side, and change in its new form. Yet, even though Meghan wants an institution that looks to the future, others within the royal family seem fixed on looking back at tradition and history. Imran Ayata places some of the ideological battles within the royal household in the idea that it's old guard against new wave. Well, what do you lot think of this little scenario? Let me know your opinion in the comments section below. And as always, we love to hear your thoughts. But in the meantime, keep checking back for more thrilling tales and tawdry reveals on our YouTube channel. Like and share this article if you enjoyed the recap, and don't forget to subscribe for daily recaps of what's happening in the royal family. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll be buzzing in with more unmissable royal stories again very soon. Bye for now. I shall see you all later.